All right, welcome. Today, we're going to break down this absolutely brilliant method for teaching really complex skills by, get this, turning the whole learning process into a thrilling mission. So yeah, let's just dive right in.
I mean, think about it. It's a question that stumps pretty much everyone. Parents, educators, you name it. How on earth do you take a huge, floaty idea like critical thinking and make it, real and exciting for a kid? It sounds kind of impossible, doesn't it?
Well, it turns out the answer is way more creative and, honestly, way simpler than you'd think. It's all about completely changing the game. Instead of making them a student, you make them the hero of an adventure. You give them a new identity and the tools to go with it. So the very first step, and this is kind of genius, is the theme. It's all about creating this compelling world that instantly flips the script from, another lesson to, a game is starting.
Just listen to how this lesson kicks off. It's not, hello students, no way. It's, hello future super detectives. That one little change in wording does something huge. Right away, the kid isn't just sitting there waiting to be taught. They are now an active player on a mission.
And this shift in framing, well, it changes everything. Let's put it side by side. On the one hand, you've got the standard classroom. You're a student, you learn facts, yawn. On the other hand, you're a detective, solving mysteries. The actual task might be similar, but the feeling, the motivation, they're worlds apart.
Okay, so you've got them hooked with this awesome detective theme. Now what? How do you actually explain the skill you want to teach? Well, this next part is all about deconstructing the what, breaking down a big concept like observation into tiny, manageable pieces.
So instead of some dry academic definition that makes your eyes glaze over, observation gets explained in a way that just clicks. It's simply about using the tools you already have, your senses, to spot details. See? It's not some brand new skill, it's a superpower you just need to learn how to activate.
And here's the really cool aha moment. This simple lesson is secretly teaching a core concept from cognitive psychology, perception. It's just a fancy word for how your brain makes sense of all the clues your senses are picking up. It's a full-on science lesson, but it never, ever feels like one.
The key here is to make it tangible, right? A detective doesn't just observe in some abstract way. No, they use specific tools. They are seeing, hearing, smelling, touching. It turns a vague idea into a real, concrete checklist of things you can actually do.
Now, learning a skill is fine, but knowing why you're learning it is everything. That's the next brilliant move here. The method establishes the why by wrapping the skill inside a simple, relatable story where it becomes the absolute key to solving a problem.
And the story brings this idea to life. So picture this girl, Maya. She loves to draw. But then, disaster strikes. Her favorite red crayon is just gone. This isn't some high-stakes thriller. It's a small, everyday problem that any kid immediately gets. That makes the whole thing feel personal and really clear. So at first, Maya is frustrated. She looks around frantically, can't find it, but then she remembers her detective training. She stops, she takes a breath, and she activates her super observation eyes. This isn't just glancing around anymore. It's a focused, deliberate search. And this, right here, is where the magic happens. Because she's really looking, she spots a tiny detail she completely missed before. A little red smudge under a book. That's it. That's the clue that cracks the whole case. It's a direct result of her using her new skill. And just like that, the mystery is solved. The crayon is found, and Maya gets her reward. She can go back to finishing her awesome drawing of a red apple. It's the perfect little loop, isn't it? There's a problem, you apply a skill, and you get a satisfying, happy ending.
So, what can we all take away from this? The super detective lesson isn't just a cute idea. It's a seriously powerful framework for teaching, well, just about anything. So let's break it down into a practical toolkit we can all understand.
Here it is. The secret formula really boils down to 4 steps. First, you create an engaging theme, something like being super detectives. Second, you anchor the big idea in simple, sensory details. Third, you tell relatable stories that show the skill in action. And finally, and this is key, you connect that skill to a clear, satisfying reward. This 4-step process can make almost any topic click.
When you really think about it, this method teaches something pretty profound. These skills aren't just for finding lost crayons. They're the tools we all use to understand our world. Looking closely, observing, is how we gather all the little clues that let our brains build a clear picture of reality. And that kind of leaves us with one final thought. If we all decided to put on our own detective hats right now, what important clues might we be overlooking in our own lives? What's hiding there, in plain sight, just waiting for us to finally notice it?